Okay, you beautiful lot. My name's Rebsy. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Grab yourselves a cup of tea because we are British here and we do love ourselves a cuppa. Sit back, relax, and let's get on with this first ever episode of a Let's Play Minecraft together. Obviously, first things first, we're going to punch down a tree, get ourselves the basic tools, the wood, everything that we need. So while I'm doing that, I just want to explain what my goals are this series with the Let's Play. So I do want to build a massive village and have a lot of different types of houses around. I do want to try and make them all close together and not far apart, so it does look like a proper city or village, whatever. And I think that would be looking pretty cool if I'm being honest with you. So I'm excited to do that. I also at one point do want to go to the end and defeat the dragon. I've never actually gone to the end and defeated the dragon. I might have to call in some reinforcements, and it's definitely not going to be happening this episode. So just to put that out there. Third thing I do want to do is obviously survive as long as possible and create a huge series out of this. Ideally, at least 10 episodes. I think we could survive 10 episodes, don't you guys? Anyway, let's get on with the video. I'm just going to see what's about. It does seem like we're surrounded by water at this point, at the spawn point, so I'm just going to make myself a boat, get on the water and start going. So once I found a suitable place to settle down, something that's quite flat and less terraforming needed, I will meet you guys there. All right, guys. I think I have found the perfect place to settle down and call home. I'm actually really excited. It's not too far. It was just across the pond on the boat. And look, we've got our first dog as well on the way. So you didn't miss much other than me getting a dog, so don't worry. So I've just put all my basic stuff down, my bed, my chest, everything like that. I think I'm going to clear this whole area out and then we can start formulating a plan of where to put our base and what things to do here. So without further ado, I am going to get on with a whole bunch of resource gathering. Alrighty then, guys, with a whole bunch of cobblestone obtained and trees cut down, we've managed to clear this nice area here where I've put down the base of our house and where I kind of want the pillars to go and the walls. So I've also collected a whole bunch of materials, as you can see here: cobblestone, deep slate, spruce wood, oak wood, dark oak wood, a whole bunch of chests, different decorations. So yeah, it's finally getting to the point where we can start building the house, get all of our stuff moved in and go from there. I am so excited, and with that, let's get to building. There we have it, guys. The first part of the house is done, the first floor anyway. I've decided to go up with some dark oak stripped logs, so dark oak stripped logs for the border of the foundation, and then to fill in the holes where the windows are going to be, I went in with some textured cobblestone, so some deep slate, some normal cobblestone, some stones, some stone bricks, just to give it a variety and to make it look a little bit different, I guess, and not all the same block, because that tends to look a bit too flat in my opinion. I'm just adding in the extra door to the other side of the house, and voila, there we have the bottom half of the house done. Obviously we now need to get into the top of the house and start building that, as this is going to be a a two-story house, so let's get on with that. Okay, and the second floor is going to be very similar. We're going up with our dark oak. We're just going to strip them down, but instead of filling the middle parts out with cobblestone, I think this time it's going to be wood. So cobblestone on the bottom, wood on the top. Let's get to it. Yay! And now on to my favorite part, which is detailing. So I'm just going around the house. Anything that I feel is a bit too woody, I'm going to add a bit of cobblestone in. And anything that I feel is a bit too cobblestoney, we're going to add some wood in. So I'm just going around with spruce trapdoors, some wood fences, some cobblestone fences, and we're going to just make this area look push-nash and very fancy with a lot of leaves and greenery around it. So let's get on with the details, and also let me know what your guys' favourite part about building is. Is it the little details, or is it actually building the structure? Because for me, I get bored of the structure halfway through, I'm not going to lie, hence why I normally do time lapses for the structures. I prefer the details. Love the details. Now onto the roof. As you can see, I just did a simple brick trim around the entire roof and then filled the rest in with dark oak planks and stairs, giving it a little bit of a textured pattern at the top there so it's not all sitting straight. And this is the final result, our starter house. I did include a chimney with a campfire at the top there so you can see the smoke coming out. And oh, I love it. Now just bear with me while I move everything inside. Okay, everything has been moved inside to their respective chests. I'm super happy. We are now organised slightly, semi, but I'm getting sick of not having any food. So I think the next step is to get on with our crop field. So let's go. The crop field is finally in and we're finally going to have food. I am excited because yeah, I'm getting a bit sick of not having food and slowing down, obviously. So I can't wait for this all to grow out and for us to obviously make it bigger and expand it. But for now, that will do. I have added some lanterns around the place so we can stop the googly spawning. I think next though, I am going to work on a outbuilding for our mine here. As you can see, I've got a mine going into the hill, but I think we need to cover this with a building. So for the outer part of the building, I'm going to be using some polished andesite, cobblestone, smooth stone, the whole works, just to give it a bit of texture on the walls. I'm also going to just make this enclosed, so there will be no windows. It's just going to be a very enclosed type of mine shaft entrance leading down to the mine. So let's get to it. Let's speed this up and let's get the build done. Now that that's all done, it's quite a simple build if you actually look at it from the outside. It's just a simple square really, but I quite like it. I quite like having a little entrance down to our cave mine shaft thingy, my bobby, whatever you call it. We also have some chests on the inside. We're just going to have sticks and stones so we can create tools as we go. Got a few furnaces and a chest outside and some barrels for extra storage on the other side. I have integrated this into the hill as well, so I didn't have to do a lot of terraforming, which I thought was quite cool actually. So yeah, I'm very impressed, very happy with this one. Now on to the next. I do want to next to it make a little stonesmithing area, I guess you can say. So that's what I'm going to be jumping onto next. Okay, so I built the walls up with cobblestone and I did a bit of a gradient on the outside here with some black deep cobble slate as well. Unfortunately, you're not going to be able to see that footage because it did get corrupted, so the whole time lapse of me building the stonesmiths has completely gone. So I'm really sorry, you are going to just see the final product right now. I left obviously the workstation open here with an open roof. I figured it would be quite cool. Going to put the lava pit at the back behind the iron, really give it, you know, the proper look of a stonesmith. And then off to the side, I just built him a little house, which I'm quite chuffed about, if I'm being completely honest with you. The colour scheme is gorgeous, so I'm definitely going to be incorporating this a lot more throughout the village, I think. I do want to get, again, different variety of buildings put in place, so I do think we are going to start having to mess around with the palette a lot, but that's fine. Now on to the details. I don't know if you can tell, but this is why I speed up most of my videos, because it takes me a very long time to get things out of my inventory. So I apologise. If you do want to see a more slower video, let me know and I will obviously slow it down massively, but we won't be able to get a lot done. Which, speaking of, I'm quite proud of us this episode. We've managed to get a lot done. We've got our starter base situated, we've got a farm going, we've managed to get a little mine outbuilding. What do you call those things? Entrances? Mine entrances? Gosh, my English is not very good today. We managed to get a mine entrance sorted for our mine. We've also obviously got the stonesmith up and running now. And I think lastly, I do just want to add a bit more detail around the area and also maybe get a pen in for our cows that I currently have in a hole surrounded by some bricks, which is not healthy for them. So I think that's the last thing I want to do in this episode, is get the cow pen sorted. I'm just going to make a little simple one. Don't want it to be too, you know, too fancy. It's just a pen to keep some cows in, I guess. So I'm just going to make a quick one for the cows and then I'll be back. After an absolute mission of trying to get the cows into that pen, especially the way I did the gates, I don't know why I did it like that, we have finally completed episode 1, guys. And now let's have a look at everything we've done in this episode, starting with the starter house. Clearly need to finish the roof. I completely forgot about that, but it's okay. We'll do that in the next episode. It's not a problem. Unfinished things are, you know, it's my thing. I get called half-assed, Rebsy, so half-assing it is my thing. It's okay. We half-ass everything here. But that is our starter house. Super happy with it and the way it turned out. I know it's a very simple square with 2 stories, but what can I say? And then right next to us we have our wheat field, which is going to supply us with so much food that we're going to need throughout the series, especially if we're going to try and survive 10 episodes. And then going around the back of the house, we have the stonesmiths with a cute little bench and a lantern here that I thought was quite a good addition. And then going into the mine shaft entrance here, again, I keep changing the name for this thing, so I think it's just going to be an evolution of changings, but it's okay. And then obviously we built in all of the paths leading all of our builds and connecting them all up to each other. I have put some textures in the path leading up to the stonesmith house as well. So yeah, I'm pretty chuffed with how everything's turned out. And then obviously on this side we're not going to look because there's absolutely nothing to see. but super chuffed. And then the last build that we just did was this cow pen. As you can see, I put a little bench out here that we can see inside, and obviously feed them when we need to feed them, as that's why I've got the chest there as well with all of the wheat that we're going to need. And yeah, I think this is sufficiently big enough. I think it's a good start to our base, and a good start to the growth of what we're going to be doing here. So super chuffed. And with that, episode 1 is done. I'm going to take myself to bed, and I'll see you guys all in the next episode. Bye!